Yeah.
Anyway, this is my second year, so the closest runner-up was Mad, who is Eddington. And so I said, look, if you will donate whatever your highest speed was to the ward, I'll make it for you too. So this is what Jenny comes. I don't know Jenny. Never met her before really, and she comes to my house to pick up her bread. And she picks it up and she looks on the bottom. She goes, "That Subway sandwich bread. I came to get
Gina?
yours." No, Jenny Lynn.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
Jenny Lynn Eddington. And I said, "Well, I use what Subway uses. How do you know?" She said, "My first job out of high school was to work for Subway Sandwich Shop. And this is what they bake the bread in." I said, "Yes, I know. The largest consumer of this product in the world is Subway Sandwich Shop." And she knew it because of the webbing on the bottom. You get that on the bottom of your bread. I got so carried away when I saw that, because I've been making artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. This will be year 3 pretty soon. And I like to do it, but I did not like it sticking to my stone. It's all Jen's fault I'm in this mess. Because I made her dinner one night, and I'm making bread, and the stuff stuck to the stone. Now, but when I gouged it with the spatula to get it off the stone, it put a hole in the bread. I can't give that bread to somebody. So then she had to have a loaf that wasn't near as pretty on top. And I felt bad, but I couldn't do anything about it.
I couldn't talk to her for weeks.
Yes, sure.
It was awful.
Nobody knew but me, but you know, when you spend a half a day doing something and it doesn't turn out, it's like when you make a card or something and you've got this vision and you put it all together and it looks terrible when you're done. You go, "Oh shoot, I'm not happy." So I wasn't happy, and a friend had given me some tomorrow for my birthday because she said, "Candy, you're terrible to buy for, so I'm going to buy you something you don't have." So there. And she bought me this, and I didn't use it because we get set in our ways. And I was making bread. I've been making bread since I was 14 years old, and I'm 64. So that's 50 years I've been making bread. And I thought I knew what I was doing, so I said, "No, I don't want to use that." But when it stuck, I thought, the next time I make bread, I'm going to try it on that thing she gave me. We'll see what happens. Oh my gosh. Now, fast forward that a couple of weeks, I'm having lunch with my friends. They're at my house. It's an old primary presidency. I make the bread on that stuff. I lift it off of there, and they go, "Oh my goodness, how did you do that, Candy?" I said, "I don't know, I got this stuff. Can you buy us some?" I said, "I don't know how to buy it for myself. I don't know if I can buy it for you." So that led me down this little place I never meant to be, and I'm having the time of my life. I've learned to do a website. I've just had the time of my life.
Had fun with.
I've had so much fun. I've had people in my home I never knew from the college. They decided to take me on as a project. Now, I will tell you that and it looks bad now, but it'll look good in a minute. You must roll this longer than you roll it wide. If I were to leave it like this when it looks kind of nice, it would only go high. It wouldn't go long. And you want it to fill that pan. So you have to gerrymander it so it's going to fill the pan.
Mine, I'm not doing them as long and skinny as you do. I'm doing mine a little bit shorter and fatter.
Yeah.
And they're touching now.
They're touching.
Yeah, okay, so because they're going fat.
And this may touch, but it won't touch as much.
Okay.
Because what would I do with this bread if I was home? I'd either turn it into crostini. Do you know what that is? Crostini is usually bread that's been cut this way and it's done on baguette, and then you brush it with olive oil and you toast it, and then you put all kinds of wonderful things on it to eat. I love. Or I'm going to make actually Subway sandwiches out of it. I'm going to start in half, but mine's a little fatter sometimes than Subway, a little different texture, and then I'm going to cut it in quarter this way because that's plenty enough sandwich. Even the painter boys go, "Oh, this is a lot of food." I go, "Oh, good." Keep working. And for 8 days they worked. It was a lovely thing. Now, at this point, I don't do anything else to it. I'll put the slats in it later, but I don't put the slats in it right now. So we'll get that out of the way. And the reason you keep it in the freezer in between is on the count of the oil goes into the canvas. And if you leave it in a cupboard, it'll turn rancid. It won't smell very good very long. You won't be happy. Okay, we're just going to cover it. Now, we got to cover it for about 30 minutes, then we got to adjust the oven. Because it needs to raise about 40 minutes, I decided. This is the thing I do before I leave for church, is I stir it up. Why? Because you don't have to knead it. You don't have to do anything. When you get your order back or whatever, you can go on the website. The recipe's there. I'll give you a card that has the website, current website address, soon to change. I'm so excited. You mix 6½ cups of flour with 3 cups of water, tablespoon and a half of salt, a tablespoon and a half of yeast, a little sugar, and a little olive oil. Now, the original recipe that comes out of this book, and I own the book, so I felt like I could copy the top. The original recipe that comes from these people, called Artisan Bread in 5 Minutes a Day, they do not have oil, and they do not have any sugar. In the 50 years, literally, I've been making bread, I've never found any bread that didn't like a little sugar, because that's what it feeds on to raise better. And we don't have trouble in this country, in this climate, getting it warm enough to raise. And I stir it up with